Hi there, I'm Stuart Smith and welcome to my Short Game Academy. Today I'm going to just talk about a standard chip. So what's the chip that I use the most would be a normal box standard chip, landing it on the green, just letting it run or release up towards the hole. So we're not trying to do anything too fancy with this shot, which is the important thing to sort of state from the start. So if I was going to hit a normal chip, I've got a 56 here. Again, you can use any of the clubs. The actual setup doesn't change, how you strike it doesn't change. All that will change is where you land the ball, so zone A, because as the clubs have different lofts, they'll put different amount of run on to the ball. So for this shot here, the ball is centre or just left of centre between my feet. I'll get my core, so my chest is slightly over and my hands come with me. So as you can see, I'm just leaning everything on my left hand side. Now where golfers tend to go wrong here is as they go back, they'll move their weight back, and we don't want any of that. Once you've set this position, again I've said this before, we're presetting our impact position. So I'm trying to really come back to this spot. I don't want to lean back and help the ball up. It's not about chipping the ball up. 56 degrees of loft means once it lands, it will not run as much as my pitching wedge. And my pitching wedge, once it lands, will not run as much as my 8 iron. So we're not trying to hit any of these up and trying to land this one onto the green, and we should just let it run and work its way down towards the hole. So again, I'm over on this left hand side. As I take the club back, what I will do is I'm certainly not going to open the club. So the angle I set here, the club face angle, as I take it back I'm going to maintain that. So it looks as if I've closed it a tiny bit. It's not really closing. I'm just saying that this leading edge here I like to keep the same. I don't like to open it. I'm going to keep it exactly the same. So all I have to do is let the club come back. If I open it on the backswing, then I have to close it again on the way down. So it's another movement that I don't have to worry about. So I'll set myself into position. Again, the important thing is where I land the ball. With all chip shots, I'm going to look to where I want to land it. I don't know, probably about 2/3, 3/4 of the distance from me to the hole here. So I've got my landing zone spot on. My weight's over on my left hand side. Let's hit the shot. So I've hit it, and yeah, again, fairly close, level with the hole. Perhaps allowed a bit too much break. We're about a foot away. Okay, so this standard one, we're just looking to go back, strike the ball forwards. So it's not like any other ones where we're trying to hit certain parts of the ball to make it do things. It's almost like I'm trying to get the club to simply strike the back of the ball forwards. The loft of the club will dictate how high it flies, but more importantly, the loft of the club will dictate how the ball runs. Okay, so this one here didn't run that much. Again, let's grab the camera so you can see. Okay, so the ball is just there. So you can see it's just left of the hole. And as I said before, this is the chip that I would use more often and whenever possible. Reason being, I can land it on the green, which is the best surface in golf, and I can then just allow the ball to work its way to the hole, rolling nice and smoothly. Don't have to worry about any grass, like the rough and things like that. Practice it, but get used to how much roll you have with all your clubs, because that will be the telling point in how successful you become with this type of chip.